hire scheme carried out. Tonight, these three are accused of taking a Collinsville woman's life, shocking multiple communities, and wrecking multiple lives. Thanks for joining us here at 5. I'm Corey Stark.
I'm Samantha Jones. The major case squad cracking the case in this Metro East murder that's left so many stunned and in mourning. Portia Rowland is the victim in this killing. She was fatally shot last Tuesday morning outside her Collinsville home. She was warming up her car when a gunman took aim.
First Alert 4 Shoshana Stahl is live in Collinsville, where the new details are coming out in this murder-for-hire plot. Shoshana.
Corey, tonight loved ones mourning the loss of a life taken far too soon. Portia Rowland killed in a murder-for-hire plot by her girlfriend's soon-to-be ex-husband. Now tonight, that home where she was killed outside of has a memorial growing outside of it with flowers, candles, and pictures of Portia. Someone saying that there's someone she made people feel special and loved.
I think they want Portia's life to be what people focus on, not how her life ended.
A community mourning the loss of 32-year-old Portia Rowland, who was killed outside her Collinsville home last week.
She would just really pursue excellence in everything she did, whether that was athletics or academics or her job with the sewer district.
Pastor Sharon Ottenreith is officiating the funeral for Portia Monday night, and after sitting down with her family, learned how much joy and light Portia radiated.
I've met with hundreds of families at this point to plan funerals, and I know everyone is precious, but I was not prepared for Portia. Like, I wasn't prepared for how highly they spoke of her. She just seemed like a really extraordinary person.
3 men have been charged in her murder. The state's attorney says Sammy Schaefer, the husband of Portia's girlfriend, paid $10,000 for her to be killed.
This was not a random act of violence, but rather this was a calculated and cold-hearted murder-for-hire scheme based on a personal grievance.
The state's attorney wouldn't elaborate on the motive behind this murder. Court documents show Gary Johnson was the one who shot and killed Portia after she went outside to warm up her car that morning. First Alert 4 learned Johnson had been previously convicted for murder in 2000. This man, Marty Shaw, the man who investigators say drove Johnson to commit the murder. Collinsville police say the day of the murder, they made a promise to Portia's dad.
I promised him that the Collinsville Police Department and the major case squad would do everything in their power to hold those responsible for Portia's senseless death accountable and bring them to justice. Today, I'm extremely proud to say that we kept that promise.
Detectives followed 200 leads, served 30 search warrants, and used license plate readers to track the car and the men responsible for the murder. The murder happening just days before Portia's 33rd birthday.
The grief of how short her life was, particularly given the good that they felt she had put into the world, the positive impact she had had, that was cut to 32 years when she could have had so many more years of a positive impact in the world.
As family and friends mourn the life taken too soon, they also want to hold on to the legacy Portia is leaving behind.
Community grew wherever she went, which I thought was just a beautiful, testament to someone's life. If some of her friends and family members can try to kind of follow that legacy and be that kind of person who builds community and positivity and brings out the best in other people, I think that would be an honor to her life.
And Shoshana, a big piece of this puzzle coming out today, you just mentioned this, one of the guys is already a convicted killer. What else are you learning about that?
Yeah, that's right, Corey. So I asked the Madison County State's Attorney about Gary Johnson and his criminal history, specifically a previous murder conviction from 2000. The State's Attorney said that the reason why he wasn't behind bars would require more research and would actually be a question for the Department of Corrections. Take a look at your screen here. These are the details around that murder from the 90s. We know that he was convicted of a 1997 killing. He was 17 years old at the time and killed a 19-year-old. That person was beat and set on fire in East St. Louis. First Alert 4 looked more into why he was released despite a 40-year sentence. The courts enforced the good time provisions, meaning he got out after 20 years. So in 2017, he was released on supervision and then discharged from that in 2020. Corey?